my name is Tamara, and this is episode 17 of the Caffeinated Craft Mamas podcast. My podcast all about my knitting, crocheting, and bookish life in Southwest Missouri, where I live with my partner Richard, our 3 kids, and our dog. I hope you all are doing well. It has been almost 4 weeks since I've talked to you guys. Life has just been crazy for us. That happens around this time of year where things just get busy. We have Thanksgiving, Christmas, my birthday, and life just gets super busy for us. So I am sitting down, taking a few minutes to record today before the craziness of my life catches up with me anymore. So I have some sparse notes. We have a couple finished objects, a couple Christmas presents to talk about. Not a whole lot of knitting, to be completely honest with you. I haven't had as much time as I would like to have. I did get some books read, so we'll talk about those at the end, and then I'll do life and junk. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and hop right in. First thing I wanna talk about, if you would like to follow me on social media, please feel free to do so. I'm really only active over on Instagram. You can find me as caffeinated_craft_mama. Really, other than my advent calendar right now, I have not been posting over there. I do need to work on that a little bit more. That's one of my goals for 2022, is to be a little bit more active on social media without letting it take over my life. So I have a habit of doing things on either one of the ends of the spectrum. I either go all in or I don't do anything at all. So I'm working on getting more in that middle of the spectrum. So, okay. Let's just get started with FOs. The first FO I actually want to talk about is one I don't have. I finished my mom's best friend Holly's Christmas socks, and I gave them to my mom so we could put them in her advent calendar. Mom and I are creating a 12 days of Christmas advent calendar for Holly, and those were one of the things that was going to go in it. So Mom has that. I didn't get finished object photos. You guys have seen the yarn. You're going to see it in a few minutes because I have a whip of it. So, you know, I wasn't super upset that I missed it. I did finish, however, my uncle's Musselburgh hat. This is the Musselburgh hat pattern by Isola Teague. The yarn is Knitpicks Stroll Fingering in the colorway Northern Sea. I'll put it on for you. It is very cozy, very warm, very soft, and I will be sending this off to him. Really, it should have been sent off this last weekend, but I will hopefully get it sent off this coming weekend. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he likes it and if it fits him. I have one more that I was hoping to knit for Christmas, but I'm not 100% sure if that's going to work out. So I'm not going to put that kind of pressure on myself. If it gets done, it gets done. Okay, moving on. Let me grab a sip of tea. I made myself some hot cinnamon tea, one of my favorites. A little bit of sugar, and it tastes just like a piece of cinnamon candy, which is one of my favorites. All right, last finished object I have. They aren't actually like finished because I don't have the ends woven in, and I still actually have all my stitch markers on here, but I finished my brother-in-law's Christmas socks. These are knit out of Knitpicks. Let's see, hold on. Knitpicks Hand Painted Stroll in the Movie Night colorway. Here's the other one. His favorite color is orange, so I like the orange in these. I will get the ends woven in and all the stitch markers taken out of them, and then they will be finished. But I went ahead and showed them on here because I will probably have them wrapped by the next time I talk to you guys, or they'll be gifted to him. Quite honestly, this will probably be the only podcast in December, but we'll see. So yeah, those are all my finished objects. We just flew through that. Not a whole lot to say about those projects. You've seen them before. The socks are my typical, well, for him, I guess we could talk about that for a second. For him, I do a US size 2, and I do 60 stitch body for the sock. I did a heel flap and gusset for him this time, just to see how he liked it. I did 5 rows of plain stockinette and then a 8 or 9 row cuff. He likes really short socks. The last pair of socks that I made him are almost no-show socks. They're so short. So we'll see what he thinks of these. Okay, I have one half object, which is my mom's pair of socks in the pile of Christmas socks. If you are new around here, well, really, I didn't have a podcast last Christmas, so no one would know this. I've been knitting Christmas socks for my mom, my mom's best friend Holly, my sister, and myself. Holly's basically my aunt. I've known her since I was a little girl, and so I add her in the mix. So this is my mom's Christmas sock. This is Hobbii yarn in one of their Christmas colorways, and then the toe and the cuff are just Cascade Heritage in Christmas red. The Hobbii yarn's got some gold stellina in it. It's a little bit more toothy than the Cascade yarn, but I think it's going to hold up well. I need to weave in the ends on this, but I don't do that until both socks are completely finished. So I have that one done, and I've got about 30 rows done on this sock. So I've got about 20 more, and then I will start the gusset increases. Heel flap and gusset is kind of where I'm at right now with socks. I mean, I can still pop in a fish lips kiss heel if I need to on a quick pair of socks, or even an afterthought heel. But I'm just really enjoying these, and I'm just finding myself kind of jumping in and doing them without even thinking about it. So that's where we're going with them for right now. And these are living in my Lila Styles Harry Potter bag. One of my favorites. You guys have seen it a ton of times. I need to order a new bag from her. I'd love another one. And I've got enough of this yarn. This is the ball I have left. After I finish my mom's sock, I will start my own. My goal is just to have them done by Christmas Day so I can wear them Christmas Day if it's cool enough here. Right now they're forecasting we're going to be in like the 70s, which, I mean, I live in Southwest Missouri. Wait 10 minutes and the weather will change, but we'll see what ends up happening. I hope it's not that warm on Christmas. That would make me really sad. I prefer snow on Christmas. So anyway, we'll move on to whips. If you're new to the podcast, I apologize. I'm a little bit of a hot mess this week. So that's okay. We're going to move on. Okay, my cruiser cardigan. Let's look at this. I've kind of stalled out on this, and I know why. Let me show you the progress I've made. I have sleeves. There's, wait a minute. No. Okay, there we go. Here's one sleeve. So this is like kind of almost a bat wing sweater is what I would call it. So you start out at the top, you increase, you do the back panel first, and then you do the two front panels. And when I went and I joined them together, I Kitchener stitched the two sleeves, and we're starting the decreases, and realized that one of the front panels I had messed up. So now I am knitting around, but when I get to that one front panel, I'm having to purl to keep the stitch pattern the same all the way around. Not sure quite how I messed that up, but you know, it is what it is. And I think that has caused me to kind of stall out on this project. Plus, I've been working on Christmas projects instead of my own stuff. So this project had gotten a ton of work, and then it's just kind of sat. So I need to just get a good audio book and sit down with this and power through and work on it for a little while. I have some fun stitch markers on here I want to show you guys. Last year, Simply Serving, Lindsay over at Simply Serving, did some $5 holiday charms like in March. And so they were mystery. You didn't know what you were getting. So I got a tree with some fun stuff on, and then I got a peppermint mocha, if you can see him, peppermint mocha narwhal. So he's lots of fun, and I've got them both on this project for right now. I actually found them in a Christmas bag that I had upstairs. I had grand plans 2 years ago to knit the Santa's Secret I think it's called Santa's Secret. If it's not, I'll put it down here. The Santa's Secret Christmas Sweater by Bad Wolf Girl Studios. And it is a color work Christmas sweater. It's got beautiful detailing. I bought all the yarn. I've got royal blue from Cascade Heritage, the red from Cascade Heritage, the Christmas red. I got Christmas green, and I've got white. I have everything. I even bought a bag. I've got a Christmas cupcakes bag by Knitting by Nature or Combs ML on Instagram. Upstairs in my closet, all this yarn in there. I have those stitch markers in there. It's been sitting on the shelf for almost 2 years, just sitting there. So I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with it, because obviously I don't have the drive to knit that sweater. I'm not sure why, because I love it and I think it's adorable and I know I would wear it. I don't know if I'm worried about all that color work because I've never done an adult color work sweater like that before, or what's going on. But I just can't seem to get started on that pattern. But I don't want the yarn to just sit there anymore. It's been sitting there for a long time. So I need to do something about it. But that's gonna have to wait until after Christmas. Then I'll figure it out, right? Which is why it sat on the shelf for 2 years, because I keep saying, oh, I'll just deal with that later. Oh, I'll just deal with that later. I am the procrastinator of all procrastinators, y'all. Okay, oh, I was gonna say that cruiser cardigan is being knit out of Yarn Bee, Sleek and Strong, DK, and Cloud Control, and loops and thread wool-like in charcoal. So it's just gonna be a fun gray marled cardigan. Okay, messed up the front panel, so I'm fudging it. Sorry, I'm reading my notes, making sure I got everything. Okay, up next. Christmas washcloths. Here's your stack. I'm up to 17. And I just kind of quit. So I need to weave in all the ends, as you can see. And then I need to start getting these packaged up. I literally have a pile upstairs of Christmas presents. And I'm kind of at that point in my Christmas shopping where I need to go through and wrap a bunch of stuff and make a giant list so that I know who all has Christmas presents, who all I still need to buy for. For our kids, we go by like the 4 present rule. So we do something they want, something they need, something to wear, and something to read. So I need to go through and see where I'm at with the kids. I need to go through and get some of my grandparents still and a few other things like that. So I just need to go through and make my list. I have a rather large family, and we end up doing about 5 Christmases between my family and Richard's. So it's a lot to organize. And I just need to sit down and do it. Okay. My last whip is actually a Christmas present. It's in a bag from Joann's. I'm a little disappointed with the quality of these bags anymore. Used to, when I first got into the hobby, these bags were great from Joann's. I absolutely loved them. I bought every single bag that they had. But the last couple of years, they've been falling apart, like 3 or 4 days after I bring them home. This strap has got some busted seams on it already, and I bought it a week ago. So I don't know that I'll be buying these anymore. I'm a little disappointed. Okay. After that tangent, I am knitting my cousin. So I showed you guys the Dino Roar hat that I knit a couple of weeks ago, and Booker has the little brother named Dexton, and this is a little baby Flax sweater for Dexton. I am knitting the 1 to 2 year size, even though he is only like 6 months old. One, because he's a big kid. His brother was the same way. His brother is a year older than William, and I believe in like 6 toddler clothes. So anyway, and because my gauge was a little off, I really wanted to use this yarn so that he would match brother, and because I have a ton of this left. And so yeah, I have 1 more sleeve left. I just need to pick up the sleeve and knit it. It'll take me like 1 afternoon, but it's another one of those deals where I've just left it sitting for too long. So I'd like to get that done pretty quickly so I can go ahead and get his gift, wrapped. If you've never knit the Flax sweater pattern before, I highly recommend it. It's by Tin Can Knits, and I really enjoy the pattern. It's a simple knit. You don't have to do the little garter stitch sleeve detailing if you don't want to. I've knit it both ways. It looks super cute. I'll pop a photo in here of one I knit for William that I actually still have upstairs. It's just a fun, quick sweater. And it comes in sizes like 0 to 6 months all the way up to like 4X or 5X. It's a really good free pattern and a really good first sweater pattern. So yeah, honestly, that's all the knitting I have. I told you guys, it hasn't been a ton. Life's just been nuts. And honestly, I've had my nose in my Kindle a little more than I probably should. So if you're just here for the crafting content, that's it. I hope you guys are doing well. I miss you guys a lot, and I hate that this is the first chance I've gotten to record in a while. Hopefully with the new year coming, things will settle back down and we'll get some fun new projects going. If you're gonna hang out for book recs and life and junk, we'll get started on that. I finished the Stay a Spell series by Juliet Cross. Now, if you are into steamy fantasy romance novels, I 100% recommend these books. I love the characters. I love the writing style. I will say that there is one, the first book might be a trigger for a few people because it is very much an alpha submissive situation. So if that's something that bothers you, that may not be your jam. Honestly, my favorite book is the second one. And that's one about a witch and a vampire. So I love her writing style. I love the characters. They're not high schoolers. They're in the witches are all in their 30s. It's set in New Orleans. I've really enjoyed the books. She's got a new one coming out in June, I believe. And I just finished her Walking in a Witchy Wonderland. So it's a collection of short stories that she's written about the characters of all these books. I would highly recommend reading the first 3 books before you read the short stories, but they are Christmas themed and they're a lot of fun. So yeah, I read that, and then I've been reading a Curvy Girl series. Now this is like a high school age, senior and high school age set of books. It popped up on my, because you read this, you might like this. And I really enjoyed them, which is hilarious because they're just your basic romance novel. Nothing really super special other than the fact that the main characters aren't, stick skinny, they've got some curves to them, which is nice to see. So I've been reading those. I'll pop the author's name in here because I didn't write it down. But I've just been chugging along. That's about it for book recs. Honestly, I haven't had a ton of time to read either. Really, the only time I've had is when everybody's asleep. And I ended up staying up until like 3 a.m. the other night finishing a book. I went ahead and returned the Veronica Speedwell books. I had the third one. I was about a fourth of the way through the book, and I just wasn't feeling it right now. I'm hoping maybe in January when school starts back up and life gets back into a little bit more of a normal pace, that I will be able to go through and finish those books. So I really enjoy those characters and I love the series. I just needed a little bit more of feely good books, if that makes any sense. I need a book that I know when I pick it up, there's going to be some drama and then everything's going to work out in the end. And so at this time of year, I just need that kind of book. So yeah, as for life and junk, William's kind of hit his terrible 2 stage a little late. It took both his dad and I to get him dressed today for school because he was not going to wear pants. It was like 28 degrees outside and he refused to put pants on, and we had to get to the bus stop. So his dad and I had to wrestle him in a pair of pants. Who knew that it would take 2 grown adults to get a 3-year-old into a pair of pants? But you know, and once we got the pants on him, he was fine. But he was just not having it today. And I was not keeping him home today. He was going to school. Jade is doing really well. She is actually getting ready to take a break from her physical therapy, which is exciting for her. She'll just get like a 2.5-3 month break, and then we'll start up again. And we're actually hoping to start back up with occupational therapy for her as well. Let's see what else. That's really about it. I mean, we're just doing Christmas stuff. We're going to get together and do cookies with my Nana like we do every year. My in-laws are coming a week from Saturday, so they'll be here. Instead of us going to them this year, they're coming here. It'll just be my mother-in-law and my father-in-law. Unfortunately, my brother and sister-in-law aren't going to be able to make it. So we're just going to have a fun day here. I'm going to cook, and we're going to watch Christmas movies and open presents and just spend time with them. My birthday is the 20th, so we'll probably do our usual where we drive around and look at Christmas lights, and Richard buys me a peppermint mocha, and my kids are not allowed to complain. That's what I've asked for the last 3 years. I listen to Christmas music, we go through several of the drive-through Christmas lights, and no one is allowed to complain. And that's what I've gotten the last couple of years. The girls have done really good. So obviously I'm excited this year even more than last because William is forward facing in the car finally. So I think he's really going to enjoy the Christmas lights this year. Yeah, so other than that, I really don't have a whole lot to talk about. I think I'm like a lot of moms in the fact that I love this time of year, but at the same time, this time of year is very stressful. Not even moms, anybody, honestly. This time of year is just, it's a lot. And so, unfortunately, things keep getting pushed to the wayside. Mostly my knitting and my crocheting and my podcasting. So hopefully I will be back the week after Christmas, but if not, I definitely will be back in January. I hope you all are healthy, happy, and safe, and I've missed you all so much. Drop me a line, let me know how you're doing, or leave me a comment. And subscribe if you want to. I'm really close to 100 subscribers, so that would be great. I will talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.